What's up, Dunkers and Dunkettes? It's Wayne Duncan, No Vision Duncan, and we're back with year 5 of the Madden 22 San Francisco 49ers realistic rebuild. If you tuned in to part 4, we got back to being playoff contenders. Bounced out in the first round. Really didn't care. I was just happy that we made it back to the playoffs where we should be. But hopefully in year 5 in the season finale, we can get over that hump and win the whole damn thing. So let's waste no more time. Let's go ahead and meet this Niners squad before the preseason starts. Looking at the roster, quarterback Trey Lance. He's been our quarterback ever since the end of year 1, and we stuck with him. He did go up to X Factor a couple seasons ago. Of course, Madden had to do typical Madden bullshit and rob him of his dev trait. That's okay. We're fine. I think we can win with him being the star dev. Or if we do make it to the Super Bowl somehow, hopefully he can get bumped up to that shiny gold superstar dev trait, which is what he had when he first started. And then we brought in Matt Ryan, who is a great backup, 40 years old now. And he gets to wear red and gold like he did in Boston College. Still got this Jaquaylin Sims down here, still developing as our quarterback 3. Elijah Mitchell and Trey Sermon, I think, is the best 1-2 punch in the league right now in this rebuild. And we brought in a couple of young guys to be their backup. Fullback Kyle Juszczyk still doing his thing, 34 years old, 80 overall. Deebo Samuel is down to superstar dev, but he is still our wide receiver. We worked out a deal with him. And when I was watching SportsCenter today, NFL Live, it got reported that he followed the 49ers again. So hopefully, we worked out a deal with him in Madden. Hopefully the 49ers and him can work out a deal in real life and bring him back, as I would like to see him and Trey Lance, that connection together, just like we're doing here in the game. Brandon Ayuk here. Claiborne still our third receiver. We did bring in Antonio Gandy Golden as a big body receiver, and this guy Denzel Gardner for speed. Special teamers, return man, got George Kittle, still at 99. Nick Van Buren down here. Taylor Palmer, who we drafted, 272 pounds as our blocking tight end. Left tackle Al Moss, who sat last season, will get a chance to start this season at left tackle. And then we got left guard Brandon Clinton's probably been our best offensive lineman so far. We got Alfonso Amaya going into his second year. Aaron Banks, who had a terrible season last season, but overall, the other seasons, he's been great. Damn near perfect at right guard. So we're sticking with him. One bad season isn't going to piss me off. And then Mike McGlinchey at right tackle. Left end, we got Eric Armstead, who's just been consistent. We did draft this guy, Preston Polnitz, as his backup, just to beef up the depth on the D-line. Got Nick Bosa, this Jonathan Sams guy who we brought in during the preseason, final week of the preseason, and this dude balled out, man. I think we had a couple of injuries on the D-line. Forgot if it was Armstead or Javon Kinlaw, but look at this, 9.5 sacks as our backup right end. And he played a little rush D tackle for us too, so shout out to him. We brought him back, and that's just going to make this D-line scary with Armstead, Bosa, and Sams. And then looking on the interior, we got Javon Kinlaw still. Akeem Hicks, we decided to bring back as he had a Pro Bowl season last season at his age, 34 years old, coming over from Chicago. And then with our first round pick this past draft, Denario Fowler, just adding more meat to that defensive line in the trenches. Hidden dev trait, because I'm the draft king. And then we got John Dunn here going into his second year. Left outside linebacker Glenn Parker, who I think he's not a bust, but playing next to Dre Greenlaw and Fred Warner, and I think he was hurt. I think he was hurt year 1 or year 2. He's been okay. Could be better. Going into his contract year, but he doesn't really have to worry about it because this is the final season. Fred Warner, 99, probably one of the best middle linebackers in the league. And then Dre Greenlaw at right outside linebacker, who continues to go at superstar dev trait every year in the Super Bowl week, and then he gets bumped down right back to star. Cornerback, Bobby McGee, one of my favorite draft picks of all time. Superstar X Factor as a rookie. We drafted him like that. We got our shutdown. Cornerback, and he had a decent rookie season with 3 picks, playing like an X Factor. James Bradbury played great. We brought him back. And then with another first round pick, because we traded back up into the first round, Ezekiel Underwood. Hopefully he's our second young shutdown cornerback. Pair Underwood together with McGee with the veteran leadership of James Bradbury. And we still got Jeremiah Gary on the team. We brought in Jordan Lewis for depth. I like the secondary. We got Winfield Jr. going into his second season with us. Charleston still here as his backup. Kendrick Lowry still here at strong safety, who got screwed a couple of seasons ago. But our kicker, Callum Sheldon, going into his second year with that big leg, 97 kick power, and our punter, Mitch Wish. So that is the squad for the final preseason. Let's make sure we don't have any more team captain slots available. We actually do. So who is going to be, I think Debo was a team captain. So we need to make him a team captain, put that C on his jersey. And then we should have one more. That was the last one. So congrats, Debo. Hopefully he goes off for this final season. But let's waste no more time. Let's go ahead, simulate the preseason, and get on to the regular season as we expect to make the playoffs. We expect to win a division. We expect to get a playoff win. We expect to get to the NFC Championship game and win the whole damn thing. And I expect no injuries as Kyle Juszczyk comes back from injury. It's a big one. We need him. He's an important part of this offense. I don't care if he plays fullback. Fullbacks matter in my rebuilds. We'll get Nick Van Buren back, as I don't think we have any battles for starting positions, as we're just trying to get through this preseason. I think we got our team to get Lowry, torn labrum. He'll be out like the first 2 games of the season. That's okay. But let's go ahead and look at the stats to see how everybody did. Matt Ryan going up against Jaquelin. They did about the same. I think we'll just keep them both on the team. Sermon and Mitchell, we know they're going to be our 1-2 punch. Claiborne, he's going to be our slot receiver. Palmer went off. He could be tight end too, maybe. Antonio Gandy Golden could be our wide receiver 4. And then Gardner can just be our return man. O-line, we should be good. I mean, both of our left tackles gave up 2. So, I mean, Moss was going up against the starters. Fulton was going up against the backups. So, Moss will be the starter. Then sacks. I mean, we could start Fowler over Akeem Hicks. And then our kicker was perfect. He did miss an extra pointer because it was blocked, but he was damn near perfect. So, shout out to the kicker. And let's go ahead and make our cuts. Put the people on the practice squad. And let's get on to the regular season, as I think we're going to keep, or maybe we're going to move Jaquelin Sims. He didn't do anything like special. I don't want to cut him. Receiver, we're going to go 5 deep, maybe. Maybe keep this Hernandez guy or Black. But Marquise Williams, let's go ahead and put him. Practice squad. Don't know what we're going to do with the other 2 receivers yet. Just going to hold on tight. But Northcutt, he can go to the practice squad. I like the size, 6'8". So we'll try to keep him around. Come in if we have a lineman that's injured. Greg Reese, don't need him, as we have a lot of depth on the defensive end position and defensive tackle. Mays can go on the practice squad, and then we could actually move Roundtree. Maybe the defensive tackle. We'll leave him at right end though for now. Terrell Ross can go on the practice squad, as we have Dorian O'Daniel backing up Glenn Parker. Cornerbacks, Starks, Tatum will make the team, but Newton can go. Linzel Maggie, and Rashad Moore. And we shouldn't have any safeties, and that should be everybody. We might have to cut a quarterback. We might have to cut a receiver. So it's actually 3 more players that we got to get rid of. So I'm thinking maybe Jaquelin. Just haven't been able to develop him. Couldn't beat out Matt Ryan for the quarterback 2 spot. I think receiver. Which one? Who's better? This guy catches better. Who runs routes better? Which put Glenn Black on the practice squad. And then maybe Joy Hernandez too. We might just go 5 receiver deep with 3 tight ends. Because I don't think there's anybody else that I want to cut unless, yeah, we'll do that. Get rid of Hernandez, practice squad, boom. Let's go ahead, upgrade the team, adjust the lineup, and get on to year 5. I'm excited. I think this team has a lot of depth. I like the way we built the defense. It all just depends on Trey Lance. If he can play he should be an X factor, damn it, at least superstar depth. Yes, I admit he got robbed. But if Trey Lance can just do his thing, play decent, no turnovers, pass it a little bit more. I know we went from like a running team to a passing team. Now we're back to running. But if he can just not turn the ball over, play mistake-free football, we should be able to win the division, get to the playoffs, and then once we get to the playoffs, hopefully we can just go on a run and win the whole damn thing in year 5. But looking at the depth chart, got Matt Ryan as our backup to Trey Lance, Mitchell and Sermon, Check, Sermon, Palmer, Debo, Ayuk, Claiborne, Gandy Golden. I actually like Palmer over Van Buren. Van Buren hasn't really done nothing as our backup tight end. And looking at this guy, Palmer, who had a great preseason, his release is better. Deep route, the route run is actually better for Van Buren. We'll keep Van Buren as backup tight end for now. Moss, O-line should be perfect. Armstead, Preston, Stams, Roundtree. Put Roundtree there because he's 317. And then actually we're going to start. I'm going to start Akeem Hicks over the first round pick Fowler, but we're going to sub in Fowler. So start the veteran. And then Fred Warner, Greenlaw easily, McGee, Bradbury, Underwood, Gary Jordan Lewis. Love the depth that we got at corner. And damn it. So strong safety is out. I'm going to go with Charleston as the starter for this game, for the first couple of games. And then Mike Jones, Mike Jones from Auburn, rookie, 5'8", 198. He will be the return man along with Jeremiah Gary, Starks. I actually want Gardner to be our punt returner. And who else? Maybe the rookie Ezekiel Ezekiel Underwood, Mike Jones, and then Gardner. Kickoff start will be big leg Callum Sheldon. Long snapper will be our center. Then Mitchell on third down. Power back will be Trey Sermon. Slot receiver, I'm going to go with Debo for this season. And then on the left, Nick Bosa ain't really been putting up. Let's do, because we've been doing Armstead on the left, Bosa on the right. Let's switch it up. Let's do Nick Bosa on the left. And then let's do Armstead on the right. And then D tackle, we're going to go Kinlaw and Fowler, and then Hicks, and then sub linebacker Parker, Greenlaw, Fred Warner. Slot cornerback will be Underwood, Gary, and Lewis. Perfect. I love the lineups. I love the depth chart. Let's go ahead and get on to week 1 as we kick off the season against the Carolina Panthers. We're going to set the season goal, make it to Super Bowl a bust here for us. As my son Josiah does not have to worry about being fired like us and Kyle Shanahan. We don't have to worry about the college players. Let's go ahead and see if we can knock off the Carolina Panthers on the road. We're 84 overall, 85 defense, 84 offense. As we lose 32-19, so the defense giving up some points. Okay, we couldn't run the ball, so it seems like teams have figured us out, trying to stop that combination of Elijah Mitchell and Trey Sermon as they ran all over us. We passed all over them, though. That's good news. We did turn the ball over one time. It's not bad. Trey Lance had a good game. We did give up 4 sacks. We have a new left tackle, 100 yards from McCaffrey. Elijah Mitchell out the backfield, 5 catches, 112 yards, 2 tutties on the day for him. Kittle and Debo were okay. Claiborne, McGlinchey, and Moss giving up 2 sacks. So not a good day for the tackles as Hassan Reddick and Brian Burns. That's a good pass rush. But we had one with Greenlaw and Bosa. No picks. Sheldon did miss a field goal. Or was it blocked? No, he missed it straight up. He missed an extra point or two. So not a good day for the kicker. But we still would have lost the game whether he made those 2 kicks or not. Looking at, let's see, Texans were at home. They're 76 overall. We should be able to beat them. And we can't. 17-6, bro. So now the offense not being able to run the ball. We didn't pass it all too well. We just couldn't get yards. What the hell is going on? This team is probably like the most talented that we've had it in this rebuild, and now they're playing like they want to go 0-17. Is it left tackle Nick Bosa, Armstead? I mean, Mitch was good. He was good. I mean, should I put Nick Bosa back on the rush right in or something? Are we losing because of that? Mock draft is out, but we don't really need it. We get Lowry back from injury at safety. I forgot that he was actually out. So that's going to help us out a lot in the secondary. Get our starting strong safety back. We do have a new injury, though. And that is Caleb. Okay, so it's perfect. He was filling in for our strong safety. And now that our strong safety is back, Charleston's out. But let's go ahead and simulate against the Cardinals division game. We're still in it, still early. We can get a win here. We'll be right back in it, right back in the conversation. And we win 31-28, close game, 3-point game. We were finally able to run the ball. We passed the ball, no turnover. So good game from us from the offense. We were very aggressive on 4th down. Kyler Murray didn't have a bad game himself, but the O-line, man, giving up 5 sacks. I don't know what's going on with them. Mitchell and Sermon getting back to their ways. Huge check getting a touchdown. George Kittle did his thug, 153 yards, 12 catches. Debo was good. Brandon Ayuk was okay. But Al Moss, man, come on, bro. I ain't even play you your rookie year, bro. You get to sit behind somebody and learn, and you come in and you perform like this. We need a left tackle. Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, and now our kicker is starting to miss field goals, but we're stuck with Moss right now. There's nobody better in free agency for the left tackle position. As we have a new injury. George Kittle's back from injury. Thank God. Didn't even know he was hurt. But it is Underwood, our rookie. Just 2 weeks. It'll be okay. We got Def. We got Jordan Lewis. We got Gary. So those guys should be able to fill in. Another division game against the Rams on the road as the Seahawks are undefeated, leading the way, and we lose by a field goal. Win by a field goal last week, lose by a field goal this week. They outrushed us. We didn't turn the ball over, so it was a game that we could have won. We just couldn't score any points in the third or the first quarter. Tried to come back in the fourth quarter, and Dwayne Haskins destroyed us. 4 touchdowns. Elijah Mitchell, 70 yards. No help from Trey Sermon. Tyler Boyd had 2 against us. Antonio Gandy Golden getting a touchdown. Debo and Elijah Mitchell. Moss giving up a sack again. He's going to lead the league in sacks, giving up. Sound not missing his field goal, so just down year for the O-line right now. Down year from the O-line as we have to take on the undefeated Tampa Bay Buccaneers before we go to our bye week. And we lose by, guess what? A field goal. 3-point game for the third straight week in a row. Monday Night Football game. We did not pass the ball. We're not turning the ball over, so that's great. Not turning the ball over. But our offense, offensive line is not playing well. I could say, our defense, with all this talent that we got, they're not doing what I expected them to do. Then we have to make some type of changes. And I think what we're going to do is for the slot receiver, we're going to go back to Claiborne. And then for the rush left, we're going to go with Armstead. On the right, we're going to go with Bosa. Those are the only 2 changes we're making. And we'll see if that has any effect on how they're playing. Upgrade the team. And I want to see Underwood, probably not revealed yet because he's injured. Yep, hidden. And then we had another one for our defensive tackle, Fowler. And he's still hitting. And that's another move that I'm going to make. I'm just going to go ahead and start Fowler. We had him coming in as a sub. We had Akeem Hicks starting, but sitting at 1-4, we might as well get the young guys on the field and see how they do. See if that has, they can probably give us a little bit more energy. So let's go ahead and put Fowler in. And then next week, with these new changes, we have to play the Indianapolis Colts, the team that Matt Ryan got traded to in real life, as we get Ezekiel Underwood back from injury. And let's go ahead and start him over Bradbury. We're getting the young guys in. And let's see if we can turn this season around. We still got time, 3 games behind the Seahawks. And once again, we lose by our favorite number, 3. Ran all over us. It's always Jonathan Taylor. It's always Jonathan Taylor, and we were horrible on third down conversion. Jonathan Taylor always kills me, and Fournette always has like 3 touchdowns whenever we play the Bucs. And it seems like I always lose to Jameis no matter what team he's on, whether that's the Colts, Steelers, Saints. We always lose to damn Jameis, just like we always lose to the Giants when they're 0-3 or something like that. Claiborne, Samuel, Ayuk. So it seems like they play well when Claiborne is in the slot. Now our center's giving up 2 sacks. The offensive line is just terrible. Look at that. Fowler comes in, starts, sack. We get a pick for Lowry and Greenlaw. No field goals, but no wins. Sitting at 1-5. Brandon Clinton, our guard, back from injury. Let's go ahead. See if we can win this game. Derrick Henry's probably going to destroy us, and we blow him out 33-7. That might have been the wake-up game for us. We might have woken up. Sunday night football game, prime time. We outrushed the Tennessee Titans. I don't even know if they still have Derrick Henry. We could not pass the ball to save our lives. Matt Ryan. Do we go to Matt Ryan? I thought that was our stats right there with them 5 picks, but Davis Mills was terrible. But Matt Ryan came in, threw a touchdown, and do we have to make a quarterback change? Debo, Kittle, both with touchdowns. Moss, man, he's just trash, man. He's fucking garbage. Greenlaw, McGee, Bradbury, Parker, Winfield, all with picks. Sheldon making a 52-yarder. Getting our 2nd win of the season and a win that we desperately needed to get to 2-5 to keep ourselves in the run. We're only 2 games behind. We're actually 3rd place in the division. If we beat the Seahawks here, TV game, prime time, this is an important game right here. This is very important. Let's go ahead and see if anybody's been revealed. I don't think so. Let's go ahead and try to make George Kittle get him like close to a 99. Noisy 99 with the morale. Really a 98. McGee. Let's make him a scheme fit. We'll try to. And everybody else will just auto. And let's see if we can get 2 wins in a row. This one is very important. 3-5. Get the Seahawks to 4-3. And we spank them 24 to shit. 24 to nothing. 24 to 0. Monday night. Coming off a Sunday night football game to Monday night football, and we're performing. Maybe they just need to put us on TV more. Play better when the bright lights are on us, when the spotlight is on us. 26 first downs to their 3. They had 69 passing yards, 56 rushing yards, bro. Dominant. I'm surprised they even had 2 third-down conversions. Look at that. Carson Wentz, the QB. Look at that. Terrible, man. 6 of 15. It's probably like one of the worst passing stats that I've ever seen in the sim. But Trey Lance was okay. He was very efficient. Running game was It's getting going, man. It's getting going. Claiborne, Ayuk. 2 sacks for Bosa, 1 for Fowler. Armstead, Underwood, Jordan Lewis, our, 5th cornerback getting a pick? They did block a field goal, so that was one thing they did. And look at that. They would have had some points if this kicker, Henry Ferguson, would have made his field goal. We pinned him inside the 20 twice. So did they with Michael Dixon. And we're on a 2-game winning streak, and we are right back in the division title race. As Charleston comes back from injury, let's see if we can go ahead and go on a 3-game winning streak, beat another team in the NFC fighting to stay alive. 3-6 Atlanta Falcons, and look at that, they beat us and probably ending our season because we couldn't go to Atlanta and perform. We got shut down on 3rd down. Trey Lance got outplayed by this rookie quarterback Grayson Gore. They signed Kareem Hunt in free agency. Trey Sermon had a touchdown. Russell Gage and Calvin Ridley outplayed Deebo Samuel. Fowler is great right now. Could be defensive rookie of the year. Lowry is playing great. Never forget, we brought in Harrison Smith and he took over and made the Pro Bowl, then retired on us. That was just unnecessary. Kinlaw and Hughesjack back from injury. Let's go ahead and simulate against the juggernaut Jaguars. They're 6-3. Don't think we're going to be able to beat them, but we actually do. 24-16, I guess you can call that an upset. As we shut the running game down, we ran the ball. We are not passing the ball. I mean, we might go to Matt Ryan, bro. If we get to the playoffs, we might just make a quarterback change and just bank on Matt Ryan. Matty Ice. Deebo Samuel was great. 2 touchdowns. Tackles are playing terrible. Fowler, ever since I started him over Akeem Hicks, he's been balling. He has been balling, boy. Should have started him from the get-go. Fred Warner, James Bradbury. Our kickers kind of having a down year, averaging a miss every game. But we're like right in it, bro. We are 1 game behind. If we can knock off the Giants, who I never beat when they're losing, now they're winning, we should be able to beat them, if that makes any sense. I don't know who this is. This is for Javon Kinlaw. Can he get the superstar dev? That will really help out the D-line. Hopefully he can hit that. This is a TV game. Y'all know we are undefeated when it comes to TV games. Let's see if Underwood, oh my God. Oh my God. My God. Don't even call me the draft king no more. I am the draft, no offense to God, but I'm the draft god right now. Back-to-back seasons, we have drafted a cornerback in the 1st round, and both of them, both of them motherfuckers are superstar X Factors. Both of them are bloods with that red X Factor. You gotta be shitting me. What is Fowler? Probably star. You gotta be shitting me. I drafted 2 shut down cornerbacks in back-to-back drafts. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. McGee last season, Underwood this season. Man, I wish I was doing more years after this. But knowing Madden, they're going to rob one of them boys, man. They're going to rob them of their depth trait. Underwood going to get knocked down to star. McGee probably have a Pro Bowl season and then get knocked down to normal. But man, what a draft 2 years in a row. Defense has our secondary should be like number 1 in the league. Damn it. What is our rankings? Defensive passing yards. We're number 6 right now. Okay. So it's reflecting. It's reflecting. But we are a game behind in the division against the Rams. Seahawks tied with us. They already beat us, Rams, on the bottom, but even them, they're only 2 games behind. So, and the Giants are like top notch in the NFC right now. Let's go ahead and see if we can get Javon Kinlaw, the superstar dev. Let's go ahead and see if we can beat the Giants, get closer to 500. TV game. Y'all know how we perform, and we lose by, guess what? 3. 3, man. 3 points. We outrushed them. We couldn't. What is going? I'm finna put Matt Ryan in. I am finna put Matt Ryan in. Trey Lance, not turning the ball over. He's just not throwing it enough. You got Debo, bro. You got Brandon Ayuk. You got George Kittle. You got this damn Kareem Claiborne who had 1 catch. Throw him the damn ball. Nick Bosa. What did Javon Kinlaw do? He had a half a sack. I think they ran all over us, though. Not really. But I don't think he hit it. Plus, we lost the game. Most of the time, like, when you lose, you're not going to hit it. But let's see. Maybe we got lucky. Yeah, I'm disappointed, too. Disappointed, too, man. No matter what, though. No matter how the season goes, and it's looking like it's not going to go great. I mean, we can still win the division, technically, but that just warms my heart, man. 2 superstar X factors in the same position. They both starting, man. Let's go ahead and knock off the Lions. We have another TV game, and we just embarrass ourselves. And that's the season for us. That's gonna do it. Thank you, Lions. Thank you for putting us out of our fucking misery, beating our asses on Monday Night Football. As this rebuild is going to end, probably, most likely, no playoff appearance, and we won't get to see those 2 great young cornerbacks shutting shit down. Nick Bosa is the only person on defense doing anything right now, as he's averaging like a sack a game. But man, disappointing season, disappointing. I don't even want to say we're still in it. We're still in it, but we're not good enough. We are not good enough. I should change the quarterback right now, but I think Trey Lance gives us the best chance to win, as we do beat the Seahawks. Not going to get happy about it, as we have the Steelers, Saints, Rams, Cardinals. Those Rams-Cardinals games are going to be very important, and the Saints one because they're in the NFC. Hell, all of them, even against the Steelers, that game is going to be important. Our passing, man, what is going on? Are we just running the ball a lot? That better be the excuse. 3 touchdowns, no picks. Okay, so I'll take that. If you're only throwing for 158 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks, 15-21, efficient. How many carries? 22, 9, and 1 for Trey Lance, okay? Ayuk, Trey Sermon. I'm tired of Al Moss, Fowler, Greenlaw. Fowler's playing great, too. So is Lowry. He's having a breakout season. Should have had that season like 2 seasons ago. Thank you, Harrison Smith. But weekly award should go to Dre Greenlaw. 8 tackles, 1 sack, 1 pick. Probably got a pick 6. But, of course, we have an injury at the right time. And, of course, it is the best player on our offense. And George Kittle broke his damn thumb. He can't play through it. He can't catch without that thumb. Steelers, my favorite team of all time. Let's go ahead and see if we can lose to them so they can end our season. Didn't just lose. Got our asses handed to us on a silver platter, man. 38-7. I don't even want to look at the score. Let's go ahead and just simulate the Saints game, as we are still only a game behind. And where did the Cardinals are on a little winning streak, and then this is where they're going to make us lose every damn game from here on out. Didn't mean to click that. Yep. They always do it to us. They give us a chance, and then when we lose that game where we had a chance, they make you lose the rest of the damn games. You get fired. And that's how it always ends. Very disappointing, as Josiah, my son, becomes the third person to get fired, along with Shanahan and myself, as Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Baker Mayfield were the passing leaders. Zeke, Christian McCaffrey, Cam Akers, Hollywood Brown, DK, Jamar Chase, Brian Burns, TJ Watt, Max Crosby, Humphrey, Alexander, Jermaine Pratt, Isaiah Simmons, Patrick McQueen, and Ola Kuhn. Looking at the stats, we have to go find the 49ers because we are no longer a part of them. Trey Lance, not a bad year, but not a great year. Just meh. Just meh. Just okay. And that is not okay with me. That is not okay. And I know it's not all his fault because he was robbed of his damn dev trait. When you look at this, man, first year, came in after 4 games, did that. That was impressive. Second year, broke out. Got that X factor. They robbed him. Third year, led the league in picks, basically. Last season, had a bounce back season. I'm thinking, okay, it's only up from here. And then this season, just okay. Just okay, man. And that's not okay. It's not okay, but it's not all on him. He was robbed of his damn trait, of his death trait. But we probably should have went to Matt Ryan and just gave up on Trey Lance. Those last stretch of games towards the end of the season where we had a chance. Elijah Mitchell was, I would say, consistent the whole rebuild. In the first year, we had Raheem Mostert, then we went to Elijah Mitchell, and then he just broke out from there. I mean, even this season, I know he averaged under 4. It was almost there, 3.8. Just 2 rushing touchdowns, and then the 2 fumbles. That's not good. That's not good. So, but Trey Sermon, he was averaging like 11 touchdowns every damn season. You look at this, 8 the first year when he was our 3rd running back, and then double digits from there on out, 11, 12, 13, 11. Look at that. Look at that. Up to 11, 12, 13. Sound like we counting. That should have been 14. If we had a better year, that probably would have been 14. 3 touchdowns for Trey Lance. Kyle Juszczyk with 1. Probably his worst year. Only 18 yards. Yeah, look, 88, 125. Well, it's been regressing every damn year. But he had a touchdown. Devo under 1,000 yards. Ayuk. I wish Ayuk would have did a little bit better. I don't think he had one season where he had over 1,000 yards. He did, second season. And then that was it. Devo was injured a couple of seasons.
This is the abilities tab. Here you can.
And he had 2,000-yard seasons. That 2023 year, he just went off. George Kittle was injured last. Oh, yeah, that's right. He was injured for like the last 3 games of the season. Claiborne was a great, underrated draft pick for us. Offensive line, look at this. Moss was just fucking trash. Just trash. Just garbage, man. Just garbage. Amaya was garbage. His second season. So both of them second-year players, it was just garbage. Mike McGlinchey was okay. And like I said, the guards were the MVP of the offensive line, the whole rebuild. Aaron Banks and Brandon Clem. Salute and shout out to you boys. Y'all are fighting in the trenches, man. Fred Warner was great. Greenlaw had a breakout season. Wonder if they will actually let him keep his superstar debt for once. But I think this is the season where he actually deserves it. A couple of those were just glitch because he was the right outside linebacker. Bradbury has been outstanding since we brought him in, I think. Last season, actually, yeah. I mean, last season he didn't have no picks, but the secondary was on one last season, and he comes back with 3 picks. Whether we benched him to, he was our cornerback 2, then he went back to cornerback 3. Didn't matter what role he was playing, played great. Winfield was great last season when we brought him in. Then he just had an okay season. Bobby McGee, one of those X-Factor young cornerbacks. Him and Underwood, I will always remember that. 2 young superstar X-Factors back-to-back in the draft. Lowry finally breaking out. Bosa being Bosa. Fowler, great rookie year. Armstead was always very consistent. Javon Kinlaw, I guess he was probably a little underwhelming. Never really broke out. Yeah, never really broke out for us. His best season was his first season. So, looking at Glenn Parker was just okay. Kind of a bust, but I mean, he's sub linebacker 3. Y'all know how that goes. Sub linebackers 1 and 2 usually gets more tackles. And we had Fred Warner and Greenlaw. Blocks, none. Safeties, none. Defensive touchdowns, none. Kicking, no extra pointers blocked. I know he missed, 2 extra pointers, I think. Oh, he missed one. 1 field goal block. So, I mean, he didn't have a bad year. He missed 4, but he really only missed 3. Seems like he had a worse season than that. Seems like he missed more than 4 field goals. Inside the 20, 14 times, long as 72, 17 touchbacks. He had 51.6. Okay, for Mitch Wish, no special teams touchdown. Yearly awards MVP goes to Lamar Jackson. Coach of the year, Brian Flores on the Bucks. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Zeke. Defensive Player of the Year, Micah Parsons. We had Dre Greenlaw at 5. Nick Bosa at 9. Fred Warner at 10. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Grayson Gore, Falcons quarterback. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Denario Fowler, our defensive tackle, and he didn't even start until like week 6. Let's go. Where's that X Factor cornerback? He didn't make the list? Get real. Get real, Madden. Baker, best quarterback. Trey Lance at 8. I would not put him on the list this season. No, sir. Zeke Elliott, running back. Receiver, Rondale Moore on the Cowboys and Amari Cooper. O-line goes to Tristan Wirfs. D-line goes to Brian Burns. Nick Bosa at 5. Linebacker goes to Micah Parsons. Dre Greenlaw at 4. Fred Warner at 6. Best DB, Jair Alexander. Best kicker, Cairo Santos on the Saints. We're not even mentioned. But let's just go ahead and look at the Pro Bowlers, look at who's going to win the Super Bowl, look at our possible dev traits that would eventually get stripped away from us in this rebuild, where we only made the playoffs, 2 times? First year, I think, was horrible. Made it the second year. Horrible third year. Made it the fourth year. Horrible fifth year. So that was a pattern, just up and down, up and down, up and down. Looking at are we at the Pro Bowl week? Yes, we are. Pro Bowl. So looking on the NFC side. Nick Bosa. Fred Warner. Dre Greenlaw. So just 3. Dre Greenlaw, Fred Warner, the 2 linebackers, and Nick Bosa. So shout out to the defense. And then we'll go ahead and look at any potential dev trait upgrades. Because we know Trey Lance isn't getting one. He's never getting that superstar and superstar S Factor dev trait back. Fowler was star. Okay. Dre Greenlaw does go at the superstar just like every year. They actually let both of my cornerbacks keep their X factors. And nobody else went up. So let's go ahead and see who wins the Super Bowl. Disappointing rebuild all around. Let's look at the whole thing. We had some fun seasons with this team. But let's see who wins out of the Bucks and the Raiders. As is it not showing? Is it not showing? Was it Tampa Bay airs it out against the Raiders 28-24? That's what it says in the news. So the Bucks and Baker Mayfield, they get one. And we don't get one. So that'll wrap it up for 49ers realistic rebuild. Make sure y'all tune in to the next rebuild. I think we have the G-Men, the Giants, coming up next. But overall, fun rebuild. Drafted some great players. I will forever remember those cornerbacks, McGee and Underwood as a 2X factor, lockdown, shut down, young cornerback core. But that'll wrap it up for the 49ers rebuild, and I hope Debo actually comes back to them in real life. And that would be good. As I know my Uncle Debo, my actual Uncle Debo would be very happy if they were to bring back Debo with 2 E's back to the 49ers. But I'm out of here. I'm gone. Peace out. Dunk squad.